Indigo's situation didn't blow up to what it is today just overnight. What happened was, back in January 2024, certain regulations were passed, and these were about FDTL, which is about flight duty time limitations. Basically, the thought process for this was to reduce the pilot fatigue. Is this extremely important? Answer is obviously yes, because if there is a fatigue for the pilot, it's not only about his safety, it's about the crew's safety, and it's about the passenger safety as well. What was done was, overall international standards, Indian standards were compared, and ultimately certain rules and regulations were brought in place, which ensured that pilots are well rested, and also they will have good rest, especially at night timing. So if I were to give you certain highlights of these regulations in January 2024, they said that what is night time? Night time now, original definition was only from 12 to 5, but they extended it to 12 to 6. Also, it was mentioned that pilots could do only 2 landings per week, which earlier was at 6 landings per week. And the list still goes on, okay? So just to wrap this up, basically what happened because of this was that if pilots are to be rested more, automatically with the current number of flights, will the number of pilots and number of flights match? Answer is no, correct? Then you will say that, Rachana, then this should have happened back in January 24, because these regulations were of January 24. The big thing is that though they came in January 24, they were not implemented. Then ICPA said that, okay, when is this going to be implemented? And that's where you can see one more PDF that I pulled up for you. Questions were asked as to when will this implemented, and ultimately it was told that it will be implemented in 2 phases. 1st July was the implementation for phase 1, and 1st of November was the date for implementation of phase 2. Why was only Indigo hit so hard? Everyone understands that Indigo basically works in a very lean operation. Basically, they will not have few number of pilots on bench, not like IT industry, right? So they'll have extremely lean staffing, and if such rules are introduced, obviously it will impact the operations of the airline. Question number 2 definitely comes to your mind is that why didn't they hire more pilots? Even I got to know about this, that for general people like you and me, when we switch jobs, generally 30 days is our notice period, but for pilots it's 6 months. So ideally, should they have utilized the time from January 24 till date to hire more and more pilots? But looking at the fiasco, it seems that they didn't recruit enough number of pilots. And the last point is crazy, where right now they were knowing that they have less number of pilots to operate the flights. Instead of reducing the flights, they increased the flights by 900 extra flights for the winter season of 2025.